Shattered World start, episode number 12, maybe? Probably. This might be the last episode. I'll let you know by the time we get to the end of it. It might be the second to last, the penultimate. I'm not sure. I want to go to war with California, so it just depends on how much time I waste talking about stuff like Louisiana. Sorry, Louisiana. And stuff like this. Research stuff. Okay, so I have kind of looked through the different patrol options, aircraft-wise, that are out there. And the Global Hawk is just a standalone design. It is really quite good. So I decided to pick that up even though we actually own one, and I believe I got rid of it like a real big ding-dong, just a real stupid move. That is ultimately going to replace our entire patrol force will be Global Hawks at some point. And that includes even if we want patrol aircraft. Maybe. This is, let me say this take this with a grain of salt. It may also include the patrol contingent from our aircraft carriers. Which I don't know if I talked about that enough. It is going to be very hard, but Wait a second. Oh, wrong one. It is going to be very hard, but I really want this Gerald R. Ford. Part of the reason I want it is because it'll take me so long to research to get to a point where I can build this myself. But I actually... No, so wait. No, I own the technology, right? I can't... I don't think you can... Oh, that's right. I would have to go through... I would have to go through a number of ships in order to get this myself. So anyways, they're talking about this research breakthrough, and we only have 11. Yeah, advanced construction. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's what I don't know why I unpaused the game. The main thing I wanted to say is, first of all, there's a hilarious side note here. Internet is supposed to improve cultural rating. Who? Battle Goats? Have you not seen what the internet has done? What? Anyway. Environmental cost +2, rating +4. That's not bad. I like to get these because you can't trade them, obviously, so it's good. But I think we need to start knocking out some of these other non-tradables in the military side of things. This is a year 2000 thing. Okay, let's add that to the queue. It might even come down to improved pistons, just because... No, there's definitely better things to do. Infrastructure, rating, and cost up. Fuel consumption down, population power usage up. See, I dislike those. This is just pure infrastructure rating. And this doesn't do anything. Okay, so enhanced navigation looks like a good choice. I know I just talked about military stuff, but we can squeak in one transportation thing. Healthcare rating +2. This will take 277 days. That's quite a while. But what does this lead to? Antimatter? Antimatter? What kind of madness is this? Certainly there's stuff we can do here. I think facial recognition technology, yeah, is good. Law enforcement, counter... Okay, that's a good one. Let's add that one as well. Okay, we have 4 things now. We can move on. So technically I don't have to purchase this design, but I think it's the best way to go. Southern China and India are at war with each other. These are 2 of the most populous nations in the world. They are separated by just a sliver. Just a sliver. We have Tibet in the north and Myanmar in the south. This gap right here is all that holds India and southern China from being able to actually move against each other. I find that that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Basically, they're just... I want them to actually fight and like reduce the CPU load. No, I don't really care about that, but... Wait, why do we see this? Oh my gosh, have I neglected... I have neglected one of the biggest parts of modern... I should be launching satellites. Oh my gosh, I have been... So, if you are going to start your own game... Launch pad required. Okay, we can build a launch pad. We can prioritize that. I think I have a bunch of people sitting around somewhere. Looks like here. So there is already a mission control here. We will build a launch pad as well. I don't think that's necessarily a good place for it, but the game doesn't care. So build military launch pad. We don't already have one, do we? Well, whatever. We'll build another one. Okay, we don't have one because aerospace engineering is apparently required for that. And those will both be built in the same spot. Okay, fine. But start building me satellites. In fact, start building me all the satellites. I think it's 13 you need to get the most out of everything. And we need to research something in order to get the Star Wars up and running. Another research breakthrough. Fire control upgrades. I also neglected to look at what was the previous one that we just got. It was. I think it was somewhere down here. But honestly, I can't. I won't know. Advanced construction. Wasn't it advanced construction? I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Because this one wasn't available before. So advanced construction, plus 8% facility build speed, perfect timing. An output of industrial goods, plus 5%, very good things. Anyway, as far as the military side of things go, there's basically 2 designs that I'm contemplating getting, and I think we'll just go ahead and commit to one of them here. After a considerable amount of thought on this, I think we're going to go ahead and purchase the F-22 from California. It's not too expensive, all things considered. 25 billion. It's nice to also take a look at how much time you're buying. 281 days is the estimated research cost and time. So 281 days. For us, that'd be like 250 days because we have efficient research. But I still think it's worth 25 million because 25 million is not that big of a deal for us. We can just sell more oil. And now you're wondering, now it's starting to make sense why Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia have such big militaries. They can afford it. Just like, what was it, Libya and, all those places, nationalize oil and then Bob's your uncle, you got in the military. So, let that also just kick through. We'll go a little bit faster. And I think our forces are basically in position here. The only thing which is stopping me from acting is, they're building a research facility. I frankly don't need another research facility. I probably will cancel that one when I conquer that land. And you know what? It might just be time for us to act. I think we have everything set up the way I want it. No, not quite. So 7 only has 3, 4. Okay, so let's get 2 Merles to join this group. Just because we're, trying to fill out those slots. Now 5. Okay, forget that. 5 is actually what will join there instead. So we have a pure... that'll be pure basic. And so... that means the Merles, we actually need a different one for the Merles. This will become number 5. So 6 is Merles, and that one has a group of 7. 5 is going to become part of 7, and that'll be pure artillery, and then we'll get another Merles because I've been building them. Okay, so there it is. We have now purchased the Raptor. Right now, I am producing some F-111Gs. These are going to be very good in the ground support role. And after that, we now can line up some... well, we do want to get some Global Hawks as well. These are nice and cheap as well. Maintenance of only 325. The cheapest other patrol aircraft I have, I think, is double that. So we have these Orions, which are they're almost 3 times the cost. We have this aircraft, which I probably should just sell. Oh, this one is cheaper, but it's also worse from the perspective that it's about half the spotting radius. And on these aircraft, I would just much prefer. Now, what's another amazing thing about the Global Hawk? It operates at the very high altitude, the high air target. And a lot of things don't have that attack. So it's actually just, it doesn't, yeah. But anyways, look at the maintenance, 325. 235 for a spotting. It is very, 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 very good. I think it's just a really solid pickup for us. So let's just get 2 of those when the first 11 finishes. We'll start phasing out all our other patrol aircraft because we don't honestly need any Raptors right now. So yeah, I'm talking myself out of it. We'll get 4 Global Hawks because I think 4 would be good. And these, another amazing thing about them, they can fly off of our carriers. So if we want, we can project reconnaissance. Belarus has declared war on Paris. That doesn't sound like a smart idea. But basically everyone's going to war with everyone. That's not a surprise. Okay, so now I want to go and I want to activate some of the Merles. And I know we have some. Don't tell me we don't, because I know we do. Combat engineers. We are probably going to want these guys to just work as construction folk. So get them over here. Green Berets, it's nice to have those as backup. Now some of these have gone in for like repairs at some point, and we don't need them to sit there. So let's get this one out. Like the FCSs, okay, here's like a normal M1 Abrams. Leopard 2s, I'll leave them, and there they are. Probably need to build some more. So that'll be 6 and 1 heavy supply truck. That's good. Yeah, that's actually quite good. Never underestimate the artillery, though. It's so helpful for winning these, especially fights against the cities. Decimating, just leveling all the the buildings. We do have transport panzers now. I don't need those supporting the artillery because they have the same supply capacity, but they're much higher defense. Is going to be really good for transporting, for example, the Green Berets all over the place. So now I can actually have Green Berets load up. Now, question, how much does a Green Beret weigh? 135. And how much does a... So I think that they all have the same load. So the load is 500. So I can get... can't quite get 4. I can get 3. That's fine, though. That means 2 trucks can carry a group of 6. Okay, so I just need 2 transport panzers for every little stack of 6 Green Berets. I mean, that's kind of a lot, but we don't need to move groups of 6 around too often. We can just pick like maybe a group, maybe like 12 total, so 4 transport panzers. Sounds about right to me. Let's get them activated then. Yeah, nice. Okay, so 1, oh god, you built all the way down there. Well, let's just get them moving up then. And 18, just move up. Eventually you'll be up here. Then we'll want 19, this one will, again, eventually be up here in 20, same spot. Okay. Well, we don't need to transport the Green Berets right now. They've already made it to the front. Really, all that's left is for us to declare war. Now, do note that we are going to be dealing with a little bit of opposition, anti-air opposition. My plan right now is just to run in with the Pattons and immediately smash that down. Let's get the Recon Bradley up there as well. Doesn't look like we're going to run into any problems, just really smashing that, just moving forward and getting it done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, it's one too many. Okay, so one of these is not like the others. Is probably going to be just sent to reserves and sent to Mexico. Let's see who is the unlucky one. Just get them all into the same hex. I can afford... we have no rush. There's no time limit on when we declare war. Okay, let's look. So you have... oh my gosh, 69 kilometers range. That's amazing. 3018, 3018, and you're even better. Good lord! These guys don't have that though, do they? They do? Why does everyone have this crazy range? DNA databases. Is it because I invested in some research that increases their range? Okay, law enforcement. Okay, DNA databases are also apparently very good. Law enforcement rating up, counterintelligence efficiency rating up. That unlocked for us this, which gives cost up, but law enforcement rating up plus 6%. That seems like it's worth it. And that's a really cheap, really quick research to do. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll do that next. Capturing spies like crazy too. And what I ought to do, because I kind of set this and then left it alone for a long time. We probably don't need... okay, education rating recommended 602. I think we'll go up to 602 in this. Infrastructure rating is actually over, but not really. So we'll leave it there. Environment rating probably could go higher, but forget it. 255. We are a little bit over on this, but I do like to be a little bit over. 285 might be a little too much. Yeah, 270, even something less than that, 265. Let's move it up, just bump it up from 255 to 265. Small, very small, like 1% increase, basically, 2%. And they are walking out with M1 Abrams, which does not scare me, I have to say. Stingers. So there's a lot of AA here, but that's going to be just crushed when we move in. It's open territory, so that they don't have... It's not... no. Why is it close combat? Oh, because it's forest. Okay, well, it is... it is not... It is close combat. It is not open. A little bit unfortunate, but I still think that our M60s are just going to roll those guys over. Yeah, this is actually tough. I wish I had more artillery like this. Do we? And by the way, what is the artillery range on our Merles then? I've been building them, but 44 technically, but is that actually what they are? 44, my goodness, I've been building the wrong things. How did I miss this? Okay, so we have one of you. This is even, we can even pair drop this thing. Now 32-25 versus 38-34, so it is slightly worse, but 32-25 was it? At that range is just crazy. Now I guess there's something to be said about not really caring about this, since we have like enough range at some point. More range doesn't really matter except for counter battery. I think I talked about this last episode. It's not that important. Are those the transport? No, those are the Merles. Okay, well, we do have room for more. So let's see, 6. Let's make you control 5. Let's make this control 6. They're ready to go. Put them up on, let's put them down here actually. Protected by the river, would be nice. Now you'll become number 7, actually, maybe it'll be you. So, I mean, we have to rethink this a little bit. Where is right here? Because you guys are faster. 56, mobile, 30-25. You guys are actually not that good. Otherwise, I mean, besides the fact that you're very mobile. You have very good indirect defense, which is not something I've ever paid attention to. And you do not. Okay. But it makes sense. Those are hard targets. So they should be much better defended. How are the Merles? Like middle ground, which makes sense. They look, I mean, they are soft targets, but they slightly more protected. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to build, I mean, I like to have these nice groups. I'm a little bit OCD about having, this stack of 6 plus 1 supply truck. And we don't have that right now. But, okay, we'll just make this group number 8. And it's very easy to give them a supply truck. That's something we have in droves. And there's the transport panzers as well, showing up just in time. So we'll get them in the background. 17. And you guys will go up here. There we go. So they're ready. All right. Idea is punch through, destroy the AA, and then let our ground support just reign supreme. Thinking out loud here, how much longer? 13 days? Should we wait 13 days to get these into the fight? As far as air goes, what do I have deployed right now? Because I have a lot of junk, like, I'm sorry, Kyoto Warriors, but you're extremely cheap, so in that sense, you're just worth keeping around. Actually, you're not really. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell all of these Kyoto Warriors. Not sell, but give them all to Mexico. I think Mexico can do better with these than I just don't want to micromanage them. They don't even require that much micromanagement, but they're just not that good. 8-18. So I mean, if we wanted to get something, I mean, they're very cheap. So yeah, these are definitely going to go to reserve. We're sending those to Mexico. Probably need to actually investigate all of these, but some of them might have transport capacity. Yeah, 150. So if I'm not mistaken, is that enough? 150. Yeah, 149. So that's enough to carry at least 1 Green Beret. So that makes them worth keeping. You are also able to carry 1. And you actually have good attack as well. The hips those are pretty good. Oh, Blackhawks are better. I didn't realize. 22-16. Yeah, they are better. Jeez. What's going on in the meantime? Japan, Manchuria, Southern China, Sri Lanka, that doesn't matter. Northern China, Uzbekistan, yeah, doesn't really matter. Oh! Awesome! Japan really likes us? They're requesting way more, but when did this happen? Okay, so our treaty integrity is probably not very good because they don't want to do anything. Oh my god, our casus belli is just outrageously bad. But we are happy towards each other. Okay, so this is what we gotta do something then. We gotta fan the flames of friendship. Carbon dioxide reducers, you have the ability to do... Okay, pollution, environment... Yeah, let's do it. Am I doing this right now, by the way? Doesn't matter, I'll do it anyway. Oh, damn it, I am. And on 102 days left? Well, let's just do it anyways. I mean, it's worth it. It's a trade deal. We want to start being friends with them. Okay, what are you going to charge me for that? Oh my gosh, it's just pennies. Doesn't cost anything, basically. I thought that they were accepting that immediately. I was like, wow, that was quick. Not the case. But what do you have as far as military designs now that we're just the best buds? Oh, they have the Eagle Recce. That's pretty cool. Extremely long range. We don't need long range things. Actually, what we need, the worst thing about this is, despite Recce being, as far as I know, kind of an abbreviation for reconnaissance, this one only has a visibility, a sighting range of 64 kilometers, which is extremely low. I guess it is slightly larger than the F-15, and I've had a lot of success with the F-15s. I mean, I still have 5 of them. No, we probably won't take the old World War II aircraft. They have longbow Apaches, though. Wow. Now, I actually have the Elite Cobra Z, or whatever it is. And it matches up pretty well versus the longbow Apache. I think the longbow Apache is a little bit better. Do we have it here? What's the Kawasaki? Is this a Japanese aircraft? I would have to guess. 1844. 1844. So is it just the Japanese version of the longbow Apache? Although it's actually a little bit cheaper. This is 2004. This is 1998. Yeah, it is a little bit cheaper. Huh. I just love looking at designs. This game, it definitely tugs at that string. F2A. This is a Japanese multi-role aircraft. It has really good land attack. 22 kilometers. Reasonable air defense too. A 2000 design. Build cost of 1.35. Let's compare that with anything. Oh my gosh, well the Raptor is quite expensive. Build cost of this is 643. So I'm just going to expect that the maintenance ratios doubles as well. So that means that the maintenance on this would be only about 700. That's pretty good. Okay, let's see what else they have. Spotting range of 133. No, thank you. Yeah, pretty much none of these are going to satisfy. I have these. Oh, I do have 3, but apparently I don't have the design. Well, honestly, it's not a design that I really want to have. It's nice to have these for ASW. How much would it cost? Probably, 3 billion is doable. I mean, we do have a lot of technology we could probably sell them. Let's leave it off. Leave well enough alone. Take that one tech from them, which will bump something else into the queue. And we're actually down to only 2 things in the queue, so which means we can start queuing up more things. But I think it's time to go to war. Just feels like that time of the night. I do think yeah, thank you. I think I do need to buy the F-15 design. It's been so good, too. It's been just so good for me. I think it still is. Okay, so 54, 124, 495. It's the same price too. Can I buy both of them? Yeah, for 6 billion. Okay, maybe I will get both just to have them. Let's do it. Oh, time to. Where's my oil? 236. Let's sell a bunch. Running out of money. Now, if we actually run out of money, it's fine because we can always, like Southern Germany, we should be fast friends by now. Is there? Well, okay, there's a way. Target myself. I need to find out who has positive diplomatic relations with me. Japan for no. What the hell? Romania does? Okay. Then why don't you sell? Why don't we sell you some designs? Like the Starlifter? How much money? You don't have that much money, do you? No. And everyone seems to like you. My goodness. Okay, Japan. You have a little bit more money, and we're giving you money. What about the worst one of these two, which I think is the MV? 2005, 2001, yeah. What about this? How much will you give me for that? Wow, good money. Okay, I'll take it. If we actually get that for it, then we will be in, I think, good enough shape. What? I didn't do this. Mexico is giving us money for metal ore. Well, that's perfectly okay. That I will happily do that, but Mexico, we have other fish to fry with you. No. I just kind of like to see what's in there. Here, these Kiowa warriors. Why don't you take these, and this is a gift. $708 million as a gift. Go ahead. Okay, so they did give me some money for the Osprey, and they also... Mexico accepted. So we still haven't seen the drop in money from the eventual expected payment for the research, for the F-15 designs. There's also somebody up here who does not hate us, who is hugely negative in money. I don't think that they're going to be able to give us anything. Do they have any designs to offer? Because I can help them get out of debt. We need our treaty integrity to go up. It's not going to. That's the spoiler alert here. Okay, so look at it. They actually accepted this. They actually waited for me to make a huge killing off of the oil market, which is just another day in Texas. Alright, we have these designs. I just love looking at designs. I can't help myself. It's a sickness. Alright, now we have all of this. We have the F-22, which is 1.8 million, let's call it. Oh, sorry, 1.8 billion a year. This one is less than half of that. And let's also see what the other one is. 768, 772. So it's really not much more expensive. 3854, 3854, 5864. So it's not, I mean, it is a little bit better, and it does have ECM, which I don't think was ever implemented in this game. But, you know, in my head, I'm like, oh, it's good, it's better then, because it must be. Maybe defense is better, 4538. No, 4538. It's basically identical for slightly longer range. But spotting range is actually going to be really important for us. 90, oh, it might be more stealthy. It is, yeah. Okay. That is already something really good. So I actually want this thing. I will probably start building these. What we want to do is build pairs of these RF-15s with the F-22s. And I think this is what the military really does. That they have some which can scout, and then the F-22 can kind of direct the fire from afar. Can almost act as like a commander. Now, I'm not extremely knowledgeable about the military tactics, but I do know that the F-22s can kind of like use other airplanes to extend their own range. And the missile range they have is so long. Now, going back to the game, the missile range they have is so long that it's just a shame that their scouting range, their spotting range is like much shorter. Just take a look at that. Yeah, so they... well, I shouldn't say that, should I? Their spotting range is 121. Now, it won't be 121 against stealthier aircraft. So, I don't know how it works exactly. But with higher stealth, I think your detection rating for the spotting radius you need to go to actually spot them is, you have to get closer and closer. But that's my intuition, just my anecdotal. And now, I don't know what's the exact game mechanic, but that's is what I think it is. Oh, Turkey and Greece, that's actually a really interesting one. Are they... yeah, they border. So we should see some movement here. I managed to talk my way through 30 minutes of game time. No, most of the borders I see moving are on the sea. What a mess. Surprised that no border shifts are happening here. Yeah, again, they're just, I guess, asking for metal ore. It's fine, you can take metal ore. I think we have a good abundance of that. I haven't checked any of these things lately. Rubber, we almost have that situation under control. It should be under control from, the addition of Mexico's amount. Timber a little bit behind, but it's fine. We'll just buy it from the market. Petroleum, this is our saving grace. Market's down to 235, but we'll continue to sell at 237 because some people are buying there. Yeah, a little bit of extra coal. Actually, a really good situation for metal ore. Yeah, I'm happy that Mexico is taking that because we're definitely producing more. We produce at a very low rate compared to the world market, or the world average. Uranium also could be selling this, but I've just never been a huge fan of selling off your uranium. This is only 3 carriers worth, or 3, maybe 4 military vessels. That's not that much. I'd rather be storing that. Electrical power? Wait, what? Did we accidentally get... why is our money here so high? Do we have hydro plants or something? The reason I don't normally do all these other things is because they're more expensive. Man, we have nothing. That's just bad. I don't understand what's going on there. Consumer goods. Not really a great situation for us. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, we won't build more, but we don't... we're covering our own consumer goods, and we can sell at a small profit. Industrial goods. This one's always important. I just need to... it's very easy to lack industrial goods. All the building projects, all the research things I'm building, those all take construction goods. Yeah, I will accept that. But I still want to make sure that we're not using any of the poor industrial stuff. Good. And we're actually way under the world market here. Okay, we'll scrap that one. And look at all these things rolling in. Okay, let me just quickly go through these and then we'll declare. You know what? No more. We're not waiting any longer. Oh, that's right. The reason why I didn't want to... I will. I'm going to cut away again, and I'll come back for the war declaration. But I want to try to milk the relations with Japan. If at all possible, I would love to be able to pay them to give me, any kind of treaties. So, I'll come back when we're ready for war. Okay, now I swear I am ready to attack Louisiana. But first, I decided to just make a case study of all the different infantry available. Oh, brother. Let's pause for this real fast. Yeah, so here's the last 2, the VABNG, VVCI. We'll accept that from Paris. The other contenders, as we're going to see in the list here, it all started because I just was looking at the Japanese designs thinking, how can I improve relations with Japan? Let's keep trying to buy some of their tech. I got this M280. It's the new Merles. It's better than what I have. It's also can be pair dropped. It's pretty cool. I also got the JLAV 1, which I thought, oh, this actually looks like a better version of the striker that I'm using. So I just decided, okay, let's just buy it. Who cares? It's only $500 million. And even if we don't end up using it, I'll be able to compare stats. That snowballed into this huge, like, okay, let's buy everything from everyone. Because somebody in the comment section last video mentioned the BMP-T. I got the BMP-3, AIFV. I also at some point got the BMP-2, as we see. So that's what I got from Moscow. And then I got from Western Germany, the M2 Puma, the Boxer MRAV. There's the BMP-2 from Ukraine. I was spreading the love around. Got the BTR-4 as well for comparison. Got the IOF-2, which is in the Cold War start. You can get that pretty early on, around 1960, and that becomes the first like huge wave of production for me if I'm playing as, for example, the United States. The IOF-2 becomes, I prefer it over the Bradleys. It's cheaper, it's really good, and I think it's actually better than most of the Bradleys until you get to like the A4. It might not be as good as the A3, but it's definitely a lot less expensive. It's a good staple to have. I also got the engineer unit from India because I was like, well, what does India have? And it looked like a promising candidate. More on that in a moment. And yeah, I can't leave out China, so I went and bought the 2 designs. I'm not looking for the best of the best. What I'm looking for is what is the most cost-efficient backup, because the best of the best, and I think this is ultimately going to be proven to still be the case, is this FCS for me, the Future Combat System, the 3623, 2931. It is a very elite infantry unit. Let's take a look at the contenders now. Starting at the bottom of the list, BMP-2. So the strong point, the focus here is on the defense, attack and defense in the city. Having the normal, soft, and hard attack is also important because these things will inevitably be in normal combat. But that's the priority here, is these 2 numbers versus cost. Cost effectiveness in the urban environments. That's what I'm looking for here. Nothing is going to beat the Green Berets, but those are not mobile. Those are soft targets. So putting that aside. Okay, so BMP-2, first contender. I would say this is very mediocre. Let's go back to the striker, by the way, just to establish a baseline. This has a 22-22 for 170. It also has 24-21. I'm not sure if we'll remember that, but 24-20. But if we happen to remember those, that's good. It's extremely fast. Decent, not decent, I would say average range. But 22-22 is a really strong, cheap, for 170, it's quite good. Green Berets, never going to be beaten. 33-24, they're too damn slow. Okay, going back to the BMP-2, 1620 for 170. This is just straight up a bust. No good at all. Veto. No good. IOF-2, 1821 for... Now, this is still, believe it or not, even in its 1972 design, but even in 2022, this is still a capable design. It also has the amphibious capability. It really has and even just the normal stats, 21-25. It's really a strong contender. I could almost see myself starting to just mass produce the IOF-2 instead of the striker. But I think we'll end up finding that there's an even better option. So this is a great candidate. IOF-2, it reminds me about why I build so many of these and why this becomes like the first staple infantry in the Cold War start for me as the US. Starting with the first Chinese variant, extremely cheap. This is basically a slightly cheaper, slightly worse version of the IOF-2. And it's oddly enough in 2006 that this comes. Anyway, 1922, 1822, 2212. 1922, 22, what was it? 1822. So 1922, 1822, 1922, 1822. So it's actually better in the urban environment. 2013 versus 2212. So better on defense against land, worse against the air. And the annual maintenance of this thing exactly fits. And what's even better, it's air droppable. So now you add yet another little statistics to it. How much does this thing actually weigh? We'd have to build it to find out. possibly 356, but that's been known to be inaccurate. Yeah, the weight of the Green Berets is not 108. I believe it's 135. So where would the actual weight be listed? I thought that somewhere you can find it, but maybe not. Anyway, I don't know. So this is actually a really strong candidate. The fact that you have to wait till 2006 means that I would never make this the main line, but it's still pretty good. Let's put it right up there in our top tier with IOF2, because we are talking about the year 2020. So if you're doing the Shattered World start, this is a very good contender for, it seems like a really good contender. It's only slightly worse in the field. IOF2 is better in the field for sure. So you are getting something for your money. But it's not doing what we want it to do, which is the city stuff, 1822, 1821. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these. They're both under 100 million. They're very good. BMP3, also a good candidate, if I remember. Just a little bit overpriced. 125 now for kind of the same stats. So what do you get out of it? I think 25, 24, is it actually just straight up worse? Okay, yeah, it has much better soft attack. 2013, 2016, yeah, I would say this is obviously at least one step below the IOF2, which is, I'm going to call that synonymous to the ZBD 2000, but I'll just be using the IOF2 because that's easier to say. This is a good candidate, and this is 675. What was this one? 675, so it's a little bit better. Again, this is value. This is very valuable. This one's about the same as the IOF2, 650, 70, 675, just reverse the 5. Gets it back to the striker, so less range, more speed, better soft attack than some of those. The BMP does beat it, but so it is better than, the BMP is better than the striker, I guess. 20, well, no, because the striker has 22. So in the role I want it, it's pretty good. And there's a good reason why I was building all these, basically. I think this is a justified claim. But, if we're going to really hold all these up to a fine edge ruler, here we go. WPB Anders, I think I got this from West Germany. This is another really good candidate. 2028, now we're talking like top tier. These are potentially top tier infantry units. However, this actually has a very low price tag of 155. So this might be the best option. 650, 80, good stats there. Really high defense, actually. 28, 22, that seems really high. And it is. But it's probably because this is a really modern one, 2019. It also has the amphibious side of things and, NBC protected as well, just in case the nukes start to fly. So that's probably our top tier. It's probably our top tier tank so far. Now we get to the Japanese tank, which is or infantry unit, whatever. It's basically, it seems to be it's a wheeled variety. This one is tracked. I'm guessing the tracked is better in general for moving, but maybe not. Because moving in bad terrain, actually for the terrain we want it to move in, it might be better to have wheeled. Anyway, this is going to be a really, really strong candidate. It has better soft and hard attack than the WP Anders. No, that's not true. 26-28 versus 26-25, so it's worse. 25 versus 28. It's slightly more expensive. No, sorry. Everything I have said so far is wrong. Why? What's wrong with my brain? 135, I thought it was 165, but it's 155 for this one, 135 for the Japanese. So these are I would put these both at the top tier. I think, honestly, the Japanese one is better because it's cheaper. 183, 135. This one's actually cheaper to build, though. Although, mainly what I want to do is buy something and then have it around for like 20 years. So by that point, I don't think the price to build is going to be that big of a deal. They're both really, really good. I'm going to put both of these in my top tier now. Yeah, because 135... for 2028, I don't know, this is 90. It's so cheap for an 1821. And again, the ZBD for an 1822, only 75. They're all in the top tier. Okay, now I've already started to build 6 engineers. Oh, okay, first let's go to the common engineer. This is there, but I don't think it's a strong candidate. It's too expensive. Soft attack, hard attack, too low. The one benefit of it is obviously it has all these other perks. It does the bridging, it does demolition. Those are two things you don't get. I mean, it's also an engineer, so it can double as somebody who can help construction. Oh my god, I'm going to spend the whole episode just doing this, but that's fine. The engineer came out of nowhere. It is an amazing candidate. First of all, it just does all those things I said, which is the reason why I got it. But not only that, it has just extremely high ground defense and incredible stats in the cities. So I don't know if this will become my replacement striker. For 180 instead of 170, it's by far superior. By far. Like 24, 21 is probably the only spot where... Yeah, it's about the same though. But it has a multi-purpose role now. It can do the bridging, which is always nice to just establish a bridge. And this is going to be defended. I mean, it's going to be able to hold its ground very easily for a long time. I think all of these have 10. No, yeah, okay, that's the one thing. Okay, so the engineer has 10. All the other ones have 25, I think. So there is one downside to it, that it should not be in combat very long. It doesn't carry that much combat supply. So we'll probably get the engineers. I might even improve this to 10. They will be part of the main armed forces, though. These will be my bridging components. They'll be able to go into the cities when we need them. Okay, the second Chinese tank. Second Chinese unit, another strong contender. So 130, 2027. I think that this is slightly worse than the Anders, 2028, but it's 4 cheaper. Yeah, I mean, the two Chinese variants they're both strong candidates. BTR 4. This has got a really good stats outside, like in the normal areas. It's pretty cheap for a 3026. I mean, it's really cheap for a 3026. Extremely fast. City stuff. This is another good one. Gosh, they're all good. You gotta say something bad about something. But I guess I just picked all the really good ones. 3 kilometers. Are all these 3 kilometers? No, my gosh. This BTR4 has actually got a huge range of 3 kilometers. Did anything else have? This has 2. This has 2. Striker has 1. This has 4. So the BMP3 actually got a range of 4 kilometers, which means it will fire first. So this is ZBD 2000. Oh my god, the ZBD 2000 might be my new... I don't know. It's so cheap. It might be my new mass-produced unit, which is quite befitting a Chinese unit. Okay, let's get to the Boxer Amarav. Too expensive, I think, for what we want it to do. It's decent stats, but when you've seen the other ones, very long range, so if you want to go into the desert or something, it could be useful. M2 Puma, we're also very expensive here, so I just got this one because it was what the best Germany had to offer. I actually wanted to compare this one with the FCS, so 36, 29, 31, 31, 25, 29. So it's significantly worse than the FCS, which means that the FCS appears to still be the champion. Now, some of these were the best that the nations offered. So it looks like FCS is just really good. Now, I might be a little bit ahead on, and that's why. But okay, let's... Oh, God, spent the whole episode. I'm going to war right now, and we're going to try to do this. I'm going to just go ahead and let the game tick over to 50 minutes. This video tick over to 50 minutes. First thing first, we want to get our tanks over here to quickly dispatch. I'm going to have them all move at the same speed. Quickly dispatch the... Wow, those guys are just getting obliterated already, but that's not too unexpected. Get the Green Berets in. And move these guys. I don't know who's going to get there first. We'll just send all of them. I don't want those guys fighting first, though, so we'll just move them up slowly. Yeah. And let's get the other forces in. This is in the open? Maybe not. We'll get those guys to all move together, and we'll get maybe 2 set up there. I'm going to move this unit here because I want the Green Berets to move like that. You guys move in. Just move up for now. I may want you to support, maybe attack the city. Okay, so 6. Let's have them move here. We have a ton of units that are ready to pour in, but let's use the Bradleys first. Yeah, we have we will not worry about that. And I reorganized the air forces a little bit, the Air Force. So let's do air. These guys are all, I think, already set for this. Good. So let's just have them do air superiority over here. Let's just have them go to the air base directly. They have no air base, by the way. This country cannot put any of its air force on reserve. So we don't know what's over here in this airfield, but they have no air bases. So that means that they're, you know, we see is what we get. They're not going to put any of them on reserve. Oh yeah, we're just decimating that. So once all the units here are put down, and that probably won't take that long. Oh my gosh, that was brutal. What are they coming in with? Oh, it's a Blackhawk. A little late. I don't know if it's trying to say, oh my gosh, this is truly a smashing, just an absolute stomp. Now that the Air Force areas are covered, so I actually brought in some backup Air Force. But let's get 3 to go ahead and dismantle the artillery that may be giving us some problems. Yeah, you guys moved up a little bit too quickly. We'll just have you move north to get you off the front lines. Let the Green Berets do this. So I actually want to do... Yeah, it's fine. We'll leave it the way it was. By the way, there was 2 research technologies that I finished. Biological response therapy. This improves healthcare by, I think, by 2%. Military body armor plus soft defense goes up by 5%. It's very good. Lots of things. We'll cover that in the next one. Have these guys... Oh, okay, so they are pouring out of the woodwork. Common Engineers. Some M706 Lav 15. Do I have that? Do we know what that is? I need a report on my desk. Stat. We don't. It's probably like this, though, in which case it's going to have some good heart attack. It's going to give me a heart attack. Ha! Oh, God, there. So funny. Alright, bring it up, bring it up. And then let's have the artillery positioned so that they can start exerting their will against unwitting enemy targets. Move up this artillery. I know that we don't need to move up because these guys are like ultra long range, but we're going to do it anyway. And here comes the... Oh yeah, they're just decimating them. Let's bring in the Nighthawks as well because there are plenty of targets here. It's like they almost didn't expect me. What is wrong with these people? Did they not expect me to do this? How could I not? Have them just start moving over. You guys move over. Go down here. So let's get you to start moving over there. Whoops. That was inconvenient timing. Have these guys move forward then. I mean, look at it. It doesn't really matter. We're definitely... Oh! Is this... it's a combat. So this unit is actually significantly worse than the other ones. The engineers they have, that we have, the M whatever, it's a lot worse than the ones you can get from India. So India, man, they really have a fantastic engineer there. So it just shows you there's so much diversity of all the different unit types. We did get the VAB. Oh, we got to add these to our list. I don't think that they're going to... Okay, so we have VAB and G. Oh, this is good as well. A really good soft attack, extremely fast, 2022. So from France, right? Yeah, France. NBC, amphibious. I mean, that's another good candidate. My God, there's just so many. And that was the other one, VBCI. Well, it's a little bit cheaper. I don't think this one is as good because, well, shoot, it does have... They're all good. I'm going to do a little bit of research. I'm going to continue our look off camera. Maybe I'll come back with my decision about it. Who actually gets the mass production... what is it called? The contract, I guess. Who actually is going to win the bid? I think you got separated from your friends. Let's have you do something like this just to suppress that. You guys made it a little bit too far, a bridge too far, if I may. We can solve that by sending in some support. We also want the tanks to support the infantry here. Oh yeah, the FCSs. That's right. Well, we should just roll on the capital here and finish that off. Yeah. Why? What is going on here? Let's just grab 6 of them. Have them move forward. Just right into Lafayette. But this is all area which we can be employing other things like our tanks. So let's get the tanks moving forward as well. Have the artillery move up with them. Only makes sense. Gonna get the Green Berets to move forward into that spot. Have you guys move up as well. And you. Wow, you're actually firing from way over there. M113 looks like. Not going to be any match for my tanks on the road. Sad for them. Not so sad for me. This is really good, man. It just shows you how powerful our military force is getting. We're just able to crush these people. So I'm going to use the railroad here. Oh wow, we completely kicked them out already. That was really quick. This is all happening way too quick. We can send our F-16s in if we want to continue to demolish. Oh my gosh, it's just like this is brutal. It's a true blitzkrieg here. So what do we have? An M113? Okay, well. Just need to continue to move up artillery with all this stuff. It's getting hard to manage though, I have to say. Get all these guys together. Oh my gosh, what the hell? What are they doing? Oh, they're building. They must be building or something. Might actually lose our recon Bradley. You know, I'm not sure I'm going to cry any tears. How many shed any tears about this? Okay, you do have a 76 spotting range. Is really good. You know what? You are a good unit. We just looked at all those other ones. Soft attack is really bad, but other than that, 211, not bad. So let's get this to pull back off the front. Honestly, we can keep the tanks in the fight. And even better is just get the Green Berets to move in. It's great that they're actually being effective in this one. And here's another group. Oh, we're cut off. That means time to move you guys forward. Move you forward, move you forward. Just keep moving forward. Okay, 6. Just march on right on down here. Yeah, artillery's just gonna win the day for us in the end. It's pretty clear. They have no, they just don't have, they don't stand a chance. Get the Pattons to move as well. This is the road to the capital? No, it's not. This is the road to the capital, and we're pretty much there. So, 6, wait, 5? Oh, I never assigned it. That's actually fine. So 6, let's not have you move in a group. Let's have you move just over there. 7. Have you move here. 8. Move here. And 9. Move here. Oh, what? What are we attacking? Oh, are we destroying the garrison? Oh, Mexico, what are you doing? You're taking my perfectly good potential navy and just throwing it away on nothing. Alright, I think the Green Berets are the best option here, so what the heck did we get them to do? Go this way. Why is there a weird number of them? Ah, I missed you. Damn it. Anyways, as soon as we have enough of our artillery in position, it should not be a big deal. That is just crazy, though. I'm going to risk everything on just sending some some attacks against the island. Some madness over there. Well, look, this is about to go an hour. I draw the line at a 59-minute mark. So we'll go ahead and pause the video here. I'm going to cut away. I'll see you back in a couple more days. So for now, thanks for watching. And until the next one, stay safe and take care.